Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Temple of Possibilities. I am Minister William, or Reverend Will if you wish, leading today's sermon of February 22nd, 2026. And as always, we'll start with a moment of silence for prayer, meditation, what have you. All right, thank you. This week's sermon is called People Who Came Before Us, and it was written by Chrissy Bushjager, um, and it was uploaded onto the Unitarian Universalist Association website on November 1st, 2023. We all carry inside us people who came before us. Liam Collin. He was just like me, my teenage son, Caleb, exclaimed as he wandered around the barn. We were visiting my 95-year-old grandpa from western Pennsylvania. Caleb had asked if he could look around the barn, and Grandma said, it's all just junk there, but you're welcome to it. The junk was tools and supplies that my grandfather had saved over his years of working in the coal mines and farming his land. Pap died in 1994, and his barn had stayed mostly undisturbed, though tractors and machinery had been sold off years ago. Caleb was one of those kids who had always wanted to figure out how things work. When other kids were smiling and waving at their parents on the carousel, Caleb was staring straight up at the mechanism that made the horse go up and down. He'd taken over my shed to build a woodworking and metalworking studio. He salvages things and finds ways to build what he needs with those items. In Pap's barn he connected with an ancestor who encouraged the world in a similar way. Caleb marveled at the hand-cranked drill press and the shelves that Pap had built from salvaged wood and cedar blocks. He wondered aloud about the specific things that would have been used in the mines and the railroads. He showed me an axe with a blackened handle and said, his voice filled with quiet reverence, "Look, he made his handles just like I do." Pap was reluctant to throw things away, my mom said. He always said this stuff would be worth something someday. And yes, some of those old tools have monetary value, but the greater value was the deepening of my son's identity as he felt this connection across generations. It was the value of the time we've all spent, 4 generations of families sitting on my grandma's porch, reminiscing about my grandfather. Thank you, Pep, for seeing the worth in those everyday things. I wish you could spend time with your great-grandson in person. The two of you would have built amazing things. Prayer. God of our ancestors, may we find the ways in which we can connect across generations. May we see the worth in our everyday things. I put up my badge. The The newer and younger generations are very similar, at least within family units anyway. A lot of stuff that we enjoy today we get from our parents and grandparents, and stuff that they enjoyed, and they pass that love of, of it on to us in many different ways. I have often been told I'm like my father and my grandfather in certain ways, and I'm very proud of that. You are a lot like, you have a lot of the good things from your ancestors, the people who came before you in your family. And the things that made them great make you great as well. The things that you love, they they could have very well loved as well. I've heard a lot of stories like this where people look back on their parents or grandparents and discover things that they enjoy, that their grandparents and stuff that enjoyed. And it's just one way to really make a family come together. But remember, when we all come together, the possibilities are endless. And I will see you next week. Thank you.